brake from the 18G. I've been working on that for a few weeks now, just trying to just rust prevention, just trying to kind of a rattle can restoration. Not really going crazy with it, but someone might say you're going pretty crazy with it. But anyways, I'm just want to take a break from that while paint dries on some stuff. So I want to get back to a project I started a while ago, or a part I got a while ago. So back in the fall, my Parker vacuum wasn't running right. So over the winter I bought basically this new carb, probably definitely Chinese probably, to help with the issues, because it just wouldn't start right and wouldn't, it just had issues. So instead of trying to monkey around with that carb, I said, let me see what the new carb is, and turns out they're pretty cheap. So it's an updraft one, so I'm basically just going to replace it, put it on, and hope for the best. But everything looked like it was on that one, so I'm just gonna hopefully swap this out, and hopefully this does the trick. Got it out. Bit of a pain in the ass. Definitely a pain in the ass, but it's done. So what I'll do is I'll basically just swap it out, take what I need as far as parts that need to carry over, and then put on the new one. it ran. When it runs great. But then all of a sudden it stops running. So, you know, in the beginning of the video, you saw me replace the carburetor with a new one. It's one of those, again, it's one of those updraft ones, which I'm not a big fan of, because you really can't tell whether or not it's getting gas. And it's like, oh, is it the level of the gas? Is there a leak? Or, you know, this is a brand new carb, so there should be no issues with it. It is a, you know, it's some type of Chinese knockoff, so I'm not gonna deny that, but it is frustrating. So I was able to get the backyard done, which is kind of the main thing, but when I went around the front yard to get under the crabapple, which has a ton of leaves, small leaves, it just, you know, it just stalled and died. So I'm going to check the spark here, which I've checked before. It has spark, but I'll double check it again. I don't know if there's, you know, some intermittent problem with all these safety switches. So there's one here and one in the front, so I'm going to make sure that they're fully, maybe take them apart, make sure they're fully depressed, and then check them if I don't get a spark. But let me just check to see if I have a spark. All right, let me zoom in here and see if we get a spark. There is one. There's one. I don't know if it's considered weak. Let me do this. Let me crack the spark plug. Maybe check the compression or something. It feels like there's enough compression, but let me just check it and then test and see what we get. All right, it's nice to have. This is my first time using the compression test kit. Got it from Harbor Freight, good old Harbor Freight. So, and everything lines up, so it's not like I have to hold it on. It's not like an odd size, so it's a common size. So you can hook up directly there, and let's see what we get. It seems a little weak. I don't know if make sure I have everything tightened. Soft. So 60 psi. Well, it's got 60, so it's not, well, that's not fantastic. It should be good enough to, you know, keep everything running. So there's spark, weak spark. What I might do is go through and check, make sure all these safeties, or maybe override the safeties or something, and put, I don't know, maybe just put wire connects on them and just override them. So there might be something inside them or something. So I'm gonna just kind of go through it. Maybe we'll get a better spark. So I'll be back. All right. So I put a new I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, new clip on there just to hold that. I don't know if it makes a difference. Maybe that's intermittent or something. Who knows? Talking with a buddy of mine, says a couple issues. Well, one is, you know, the fact that it's a China carburetor might be one of the problems. The other one is these Briggs & Stratton tanks are an issue sometimes. So I'm gonna try just pull starting it on its own with choke. If that doesn't work, I'll try again with the starter fluid, and we'll see if that works. I can get it running. I don't mind starting with starter fluid as long as it stays running. That's my only issue, but we'll see. Let's try it again. So the starter fluid. now it's not even, should pop even if there's not any gas. Aggravating. Let's check the spark again. Spark was fine 2 minutes ago. Maybe it works without that stupid safety. Who knows? Nope, no spark. Let's undo the safety. Now there's no spark. You kidding me? Like, what's going on now? Has no spark. What is going on? Aggravating. What is going on? Let's see. I just found a mouse nest in my screwdriver drawer. Let's pull that one in a little bit more. Flipping kidding me? No, it's nothing. No problems with spark earlier. Now we have spark issues. What is going on? Well, let's tackle this a little bit more. Not getting any spark. So I checked the the kill switch underneath to see if it was touching something. It's not touching anything. I pulled it off, pulled it on. Like had some of these switches off and on. It's not getting any spark anymore. So kind of at a loss right now. So just gonna keep trying a few different things, trying to make sure I have continuity on certain things, and go from there. So who knows, maybe it's the, because I'm not even getting, this isn't sparking and I'm not getting a spark here, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's my spark indicator that's not working, so let me just check the spark plug itself, and that's not sparking either. So I don't know, hopefully once I fix this solves all the issues, but time will tell. Okay, so checked a few different things, and what I found was there was a wire that was disconnected on the bottom, so I reconnected that, and I actually got a spark on the plug. I'll have to double check my spark checker, because I could see a spark on the plug, but I didn't see a spark coming out of the spark checker. So maybe that thing is faulty as well. The other thing I noticed is the choke. I don't know if you remember, I said earlier, is I couldn't get it, when it was running, was sparking, I couldn't get it to run without throwing ether in it. And one of the things I did notice was the choke would not fully close off, or the butterfly valve wouldn't fully turn over and create the large suction to the gas. So hopefully, and what it was is the rod that you do on the lever there was really bent out of whack, probably from me taking it on and off a bunch of times, or maybe the previous owner or something, but it wasn't fully closing. So I bent it back. It still doesn't seem to fully close, but at least I know I can go over and just kick it to the last spot on the carb to see if it works. So let me put the bag on, make sure the carb is fully over, and we'll give it another try. It looks like it was already over, so it's just I don't feel like getting a face full of leaves and stuff, so I'm going to put this on at least. Be optimistic. Choke fully on. Do have gas. Screw is fully tightened. Let's give it a try. Try at least with a little bit of ether. Let's see if that helps. As long as I get it running, I don't care about this. It's sparking again. This should definitely kick over. Got ether in it. So let's check a few other things again, and then little frustrated. All right, just this. It did just spark again. It might be that sparker that I have was bad, so I'm going to try this one more time. This time I'm going to just open up the choke, and might be, who knows, it might be flooded now. Well, don't know why it suddenly died, but lack of gas or something. We put a board under it so it won't suck up everything. Oh boy. Nope, lost spark again. Don't know why. Don't know why. Well, let's check all the connections. Well, it was running, so it's definitely a grounding issue. Trying to figure out, like, I don't know why certain things are grounding out. It might be just corrosion or something, but what it is so you have, I don't know if you can see right here, so you have the two safety switches coming in here, both of them go to ground and then to this nut right here, which I believe is isolated. It might not be, but basically what is weird though is like this nut right here takes the two safeties, I believe, and from the coil, like the grounding wire from the coil. So it's, or one half of the grounding, you know, one half of the wire from the coil. So it goes here, but then there's another wire that goes up and it touches this little connector right here, which I believe is supposed to ground it out, or either ground it or keep it isolated, I don't know. But basically I pulled this wire off and it ran, and I killed it by touching it. So I just have to figure out a couple of issues where, like I believe these two safeties were not, I think they're like, you know, because you have these two wires, or 4 wires coming in, one from each of the safeties. So I think one half's supposed to go to the ground and one half's supposed to go to this, and then this is supposed to go over here and create some connection. I just gotta like lay it out on paper and take a look at it. But well, it ran. And the other good thing is actually I didn't catch it on video, but I did start it up without fluid, and I just started up on choke and it started. So I think I might have solved the starting issue. So but I'll have to tackle this another day. If I can just keep it running this year, maybe I'll tackle it another day, or see if I can find a better wiring diagram online. But thanks for watching, and you know, have fun this fall picking up leaves.